Hello. Happy Thursday night. It's only days till Christmas, but we're not getting nervous at all, are we? No. Piece of cake. We got this. There's a mess behind me. Yeah, let's see if I can make it look a little better. There. Now it's good. Nope, mess is still there. If I say yeah. Let me know when you're here. We're going to make a card tonight. And I am honestly running out of Christmas paper. I was looking through my stash and I only have a few pieces left and it's sold out online, and I try in my store and I try not to use things that you can't get. So I went looking, and I always work hard to make sure that the product is still available for you. And I am going to use some Purple Posy Designer Series paper to create my Christmas card. Hey, Shelly, because I don't like to do that. I think that's really annoying to see something and go, oh, I want to make that, and you can't find it. So if you're thinking I'm crazy and why did I pick purple, I also like purple. So let's make a card. Hey, Susan. Okay. So I don't know about you, but I do a lot of gift cards at Christmas time to different people. Some are standard. Some are the people that I'm also making fudge, which I haven't made yet. So, whatever. But you need a gift card. They come in those little things, but they're just not cute. So I wanted to try something a little bit different. I haven't made one like this before. So I like this style card. I use it a lot, but it doesn't always fit a gift card. So looky there. This is my Starbucks card that I use as my sample all the time. But this is how we're going to do this one. Okay? Right? It's like right in there. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 11. And it can be a color. It doesn't have to be white. It can be anything. I used Whisper White. And I'll tell you, I used the thick one, the thick Whisper White. You really don't have to, because you're going to be adding a lot of other layers to it. So it's up to you, whatever you've got a lot of. Or how many cards you have to make. I also went back to one of the first Christmas stamp sets that I used, because it seemed to go with it. It was a Starbucks. Yeah, right? Okay. You don't have to. But that's what I'm using tonight. Any of your stamp sets will work. Any of your Designer Series paper will work. That's why this is such a useful project. 8.5 by 11. And you're going to cut it at 5.5. Totally different size than we ever do. 5.5. Hold on to this. You're going to use it for some of your, we're going to stamp the coffee cup on it. All right, and I'm going to turn this. Now I'm going to score this at 4.25. Okay, then 5.5. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to score it at 4.25 on this end. So you don't have as many measurements to remember. So 4.25, 5.5, flip, 4.25. All right? And then you're going to fold this in half, right in that middle score. So basically you have a square card. And then you've got a score line right here. Can you see it? Not really. This is this one. I'm going to score like this and fold like this. So now I've got this kind of W shape in the middle. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, this is the hardest part right here. You're going to take the card, and let me put it back the way it was. So here's the way your card looks, all right? Make sure that everything is folded nice and neat. Go along with your bone folder, give it a little extra crease, flip her over, a little extra, and then the inside one, okay? All right, we're going to open it up. So now I've got this folded, I'm on the inside out of the fold. I'm going to take the classic label punch. Now, if you don't have the classic label punch, you could use a different punch. You could use this one. I'll show you how in a minute. You need some sort of a long punch. This works great. I use this one a lot. You know I recommend it often. So let me show you with this one. I'm going to turn it over. Let's zoom us in a little so that you can see up close. All right. I'm going to put this in, and I only want to do half of the label. Can you see it? I'm only putting it halfway. But we got to line it up a little. So let me go this way. I'm going to line it up a thumb width on either side. Okay? So I'm going to put this in as wide as my thumb and up to the middle. All right? Can you see that? Just the middle, right? And then I'm going to punch. And it spits out that thing at your face. Then I'm going to take my thumb on this side, and I'm going to take this down, slide it down. So see, I'm kind of getting, and the key to this is getting, let me get it where I want it, is getting this straight right here. See where it's not straight right now? I want that right at the edge of where it cut before. Honest to goodness, if you don't, the world does not end. But that's basically what you want to do, and give it a punch. Now see, it didn't come out perfect. You can fix that with your snips, and that's probably the easiest way. You can try and line up, but honestly, your snips are the simplest, which are underneath, I think, my trimmer. If I were snips, well, I'll use my big, oh, here they are. And so to fix the boo-boo, you're just going to come in here this is like cutting your bangs. You can kind of make it worse, right? And just make it straight. So now, let's go back to our card. Now I have the spot to put my gift card in, right? So my gift card is going to go right in here. Now it would be awesome if we could, if this was long enough just the way it is. It's so close, but it's not. So I decided to give myself a little extra room. So that's why I'm doing the thumb thing. There's no magic to it. You're just trying to get this in the middle. If you're not going to sleep tonight, you could measure. Now, here's the tricky part, and it's not really that tricky. You're going to take, whoops, let me zoom back out. You're going to take your snail. No, you're not. You're going to take your tear tape. You don't want to use snail. This is how it's going to go together, right? Like this. I need to put some snail right along, really, really close to the, why do I say that twice? Sorry. Tear tape, not snail. You're going to put that right along this fold. Goodness, don't listen to me. Just watch me, apparently. So tear and tape right along the edge, okay? You don't want to go in here. You want to go out here. And then you're going to pull this off. Hey, Donna. And then we're going to fold this down. Right? So now, because it's on the edge, I have room to slide this in. Like so. All right? Super cool. All right, before I do any more to the card, though, I want to show you what you can do if you don't have that label punch and how you might be able to make this work with a different label punch. So let's start with another one because we'll measure again just because that helps us. So it's 8.5 by 11. Hey, Deborah. Let me come down this way a little. 8.5 by 11. I'm going to cut it at 5.5 by 11. Okay, 5.5. And then we're going to do our scoring. We're going to score at 4.25. Five and a half, and flip, and 4.25. All right, then we're going to fold it in half, and then bring our little other pieces. So then we have this piece in the middle, right? Okay. And again, before you actually do any punching, make sure that you've got it good and straight, good and straight. Then open her up. And now you need to find the middle. This is 5.5. So if you want to find the middle, it's going to be 2 3/4, 2.75. So let me just show you, because I know some of you are going to think, I can't guess. Not going to work. So put this right here, and you're just going to you're going to punch this out so it doesn't really matter. So you're going to come down to 2.75 is right in the middle, and just put a dot. That's the very middle of the card. You see it? It's a tiny little dot. I'll make it bigger. I'm going to punch that away so it doesn't matter. And now, let's try, this is the timeless label. That would work. I'm going to put that right in here, but I'm going to do the same thing. But now I have to see, is it going to be long enough that way? Do I need to make it bigger? What do I need to do? So I'm going to take out my gift card and see. Now if I went all the way down, it would be wide enough, but it's going to be too deep into my card if I do that. Let me take the one I already did. So if I went all the way down to the middle, let's give it a shot. I think it's going to be too deep. Looks kind of cool. You might be able to get away with it. You could. That would work. All right, and it looks kind of pretty. You're not going to get this. No, let me do it on this one. So you're going to go all the way to the middle. You're going to line this up right in the middle. And you're going to go down to where you're at the middle of the punch. Now it's deep. Not going to give you a lot of space to hold the card, but it's going to work. And punch. It does kind of leave like a really interesting look. And then, I really wasn't going to do this with another punch. And someone asked me just before I came on live, and I thought, okay, sure. Yeah, we can do that live. Why not? Same idea. You're going to put your tear and tape. See, I remembered it this time. So just fast forward through the beginning if you're thinking I'm losing my mind. And then we're going to take this off. And then when you're done with this little portion, basically you're doing any kind of card you want on the front. You're just changing up the way the inside works, right? So then you're going to take this, slide it in, and ta-da! It works. There's one more I want to try so that you have all your options. And I need gift cards, so we're good. I'm going to do one more, and then we're actually going to finish it, okay? So we're going to do 5.5. Yeah. 5.5. Did anybody go to a Walmart today? Oh my goodness, I can't imagine what Saturday's going to be. I don't think you should go. This is not even a big Walmart. This is a little tiny. I live in the town that has the only Walmart in Vermont. Itty bitty Walmart. It's not big. It was so insane. Okay, so I'm going to turn it. I'm doing 4 1/4. And I didn't really need a lot, just had to pick up a few things. Yikes. 4 1/4, 5 1/2. Then flip-de-doo and 4 1/4. So 4 1/4, 5 1/2, flip it over, 4 1/4. And then, same deal, fold it in the middle. You guys are going to do this in your sleep now, right? Because I've done it like 100 times. But I want you to, it's such an easy fold, but we've never done it before, so I want to make sure you got it. And then open her up. Get this one. Let's try this punch. This label punch. This is the pretty label punch. Same deal. We're going to see. We're wide enough if we go to the middle. So, same thing. We're going to pop it in. Find our 2.75 or 2 3/4 right there. And then you're going to line this up right in the middle. You don't want to go all the way in, and you don't want to, you're going to try and keep it more to like a third of the way in. That makes any sense? All right, because this one kind of goes deep, and I don't want to lose what it's holding. But you need to be sure that you have the full width. You don't want to do it up here where the cloud part starts. All right. So it works with the classic label, it works with the pretty label, and it works with the timeless. There's one other label that it's the tailored one, and it will just barely fit in that one. Okay? So you have options. Depends on which label punch you have, but you should be good to go. Again, got it like this. We're going to open it up, and we're going to put our tear tape right there. Right along, whoops, right along the fold. Now you can see you don't have a lot of space between your tear tape and the opening, okay? So this one will work, but you're going to have to talk to that card to get it to stay in there. Because it's a little deeper, but it's pretty, right? And slide it in. Get in there. And there you go. Okay, so we've now figured out the design. It's like working in a, figuring out the pattern for something. So remember, pretty much any of your label punches, if you don't have any of these, double check what you have. You could also run this through your Big Shot using one of your square dies and just cut the edge with the die. You could cut it with scissors. You could. All right. Then you're going to need a 4 by 5 1/4 piece for the front. So I'm going to switch up my colors a little bit. I'm going to go with my, oh, I haven't used the terracotta one before. Which one are you? You are this one? Make sure I have it. Yeah, let's go with terracotta tile. These are the 2019 2021 Designer Series papers. They come in 6x6. They're really great because they're just different ones that we don't use all the time. So I'm going to use this ink and this paper. When I worked with Purple Posy, remember the Purple Posy ink is no longer available, but Gorgeous Grape is. Purple Posy was one of those formulations that Stampin' Up! Never quite liked. We had a long time, they had lots of different attempts with it, and they pulled the ink off the market because it just wasn't holding and wasn't meeting Stampin' Up! Standards. I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to trim this to 4. So Gorgeous Grape works perfect with Purple Posy. And 5 1/4. I'm going to save this little 2 inches that I just cut off, and that's going to go in my envelope. And I'm not getting carried away. I'm just going to pop this right on the front. Ooh, I kind of like the gingham though. All right, we'll go with gingham on this side. And now I really am going to use my snail for this one. This is great if you have a bunch of people to do these for, because you really can mass produce them. They're great for all of the people that you try and give a little something to. The dog groomer, the mailman, the UPS guy who's always at your house. Or is maybe maybe that's just me. So I'm going to use these pieces I had left over. And notice I'm taking my piercing pad because I'm using, this stamp set is a photopolymer. They're the clear ones, and they don't have any padding behind them. When you're using the cling, the red ones, they have like a little foam pad built in, so you don't need them. And I'm going to use, this is going to go on the inside. This is my cup, so I need that. And I need the, let me go get the card so you can see. And Joy is going to go on the tag, and then the cup are the 2 that I need. I'm using the bundle. So I think I'm going to use a different, I'm going to use the other cup this time now. Remember this set, the stamp set comes with 2 different designs, and this can go either way. I know. Super cool, right? Whoops. Okay. Ink this baby up, make sure it's good and covered. Love it. And then Enjoy. All right. Then while I have this ink open, I'm going to grab my card back. This one. I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to, I kind of keep the card here because it gives me an idea of where I can stamp. So I'm going to put Cup of Cheer up there. Sending you a cup of cheer. Is going to go right at the top. Right? And then down here, this is Wishing You Christmas Filled with Love and Happiness, and that's going to go right along the bottom. If you want to leave room to sign it, kind of lift it up a little. Okay. Right? Looks like you planned it that way. Then, and again, you could do a bunch of these. Let's bring our big shot in. And we're going to cut out our cup. tag that says enjoy. And run that through. Remember I told you the other night, I run it through and I bring it back only because of the way the camera is set up. It doesn't need to come back through to cut. It's just easier for me to do this because behind me there's not a lot of room to reach it. All right, there's our cup and our tag. Whoops. And we're going to get these on the front. So if you have an itty bitty little punch, you can punch a hole in that, and there's several items that work like that. One is on this, whoops, sorry. One is on this one. Kind of tricky to get to, but you can slide it in and do that. You can use a regular hole punch. You could use, the heart is too big. You could use the heart on the dog. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy that we're going through all these little gyrations to find a hole punch that's little enough. This one's really good on the bulb. So we are just grabbing our punches. But if you didn't do any of those things and you're like, oh gosh, I didn't punch it, let me show you what you can also do. So we're going to put this down and this down, and we're going to put our dimensionals on the back. Get it all ready. There's also a new punch coming in the new catalog that has that little tiny, it has a slit and a dot, a little hole in the new one, but we don't have it yet. So we are going to, I'm using this leftover, I just have a little bit of this, it's the braided linen trim. But I want to tie a knot in it, and it's much easier to work with if you leave it like this than if you cut a little piece off and try and do it. So you're going to take a piece, probably about 4.5 inches long, and you're going to just tie a knot. But you want to tie it up at this end. So you're just going to keep sliding it, pulling, sliding, till you get it where you want it. All right, so you have a loop, and then you snip this off, and now you can work with it. But it was much easier than trying to tie this little tiny piece in a knot, right? I'm going to take it and I'm going to tuck it through the handle of the mug and pull this knot. Okay, so now I have the knot. I want this a little shorter. Now I'm going to pull these things off. I'm also going to take a glue dot and stick it on the bottom of my knot. Right here. All right, whoops. So I have a glue dot right there. Okay. This is going to go right here. And then my tag is going to have the illusion. Hey, Becky. How are you? Glad you could come. We're going to have the illusion that it's glued to this. Oops. I wanted it to go down, not up. I want it down here. So now it looks like the knot is coming through the tag and it's hanging off. When you open it up, there's your card. Hey, Vicki. And now I'm ready to fix my envelope. We're going to take just our plain white medium envelope. Right? Oh, I'm missing you too. I'm so glad you came tonight. I hope everyone's having a really great week and you are almost ready for the big holiday and that you get to do something really special next week. We have a lot this weekend. Remember, this is that little piece I cut off. This was the 2 inches. I'm going to go like this and add my snail. Not right up to the fold though, because it's not quite big enough to go right to the fold. I'm going to put this down, making sure that it's right with the edge on this side, and then come down. So it's going to be, I'm going to have a little bit of white. Then I'm going to flip it over and trim off the excess. So Saturday we're going on the elf train. I'm not sure what the elf train is going to do, but we're going. And then Sunday, the whole day is going to be, we're going to be at church all day. Oh, I bet, Susan. Sunday morning, our church does, instead of the kids going downstairs like they usually do, we all hang out upstairs. I'm not sure what to expect because Lou's only 2 and she doesn't always manage that. So it should be exciting. Everyone brings cookies. We're going to decorate cookies with the kids. And then Sunday night is the pageant. They're both lambs. So, and then your card is all set, right? Super easy, super quick. I mean, I made 3. But not even necessarily a Christmas color. And if you used a different stamp, remember these have other ones. It doesn't have to be Christmas. These could be used anytime you need a gift card. Even using the same stamp set. If I didn't use these, but I use these, I'd be good. Okay? All right, well, I'm glad that you came. I'm glad those of you I haven't seen in a long time are here. Thank you. And yes, away for a week is awesome. Did it start already, Susan? Or does it start on Monday? Awesome. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you liked it. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be here Monday. I'm probably doing another gift card because I have more of those to do. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe we'll do another gift. I don't know. If you have a request or something that you're struggling with, let me know. I know it's coming down to the wire. But we'll get there. All our projects will be finished. If it isn't done, it's okay. Oh, one more day, Susan. All right. You'll make it. It's only one day. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.